All right, one trade that has been working, that's energy. It's up 5% this week and still the best performing sector this year. And today, Chevron upgraded to outperform at RBC and its price target raised to 145. Jenny, we're going to toss things back over to you. You own Chevron.
Yeah, it's all coming up, Jenny. This is awesome. So, Steve Weiss, energy uninvestable. I think not. Best performing sector of the year. Steve and I were duking it out earlier in the year on this one. So here's my thought. I think that we will not have a replay of this going forward. I think that there's still a ton of money to be made in energy because we all want, everybody wants to get to just clean energy, renewables, sunshine and rainbows fueling everything we do. But we're not there yet, and we're not going to be there for a long time, like measured in decades. And as a result, companies like Chevron need to keep pumping the oil so that, so that I can drive my car to my in-laws for Thanksgiving, where I am right now. And so I think that there's money to be made here. I play it two ways. We have Chevron as our kind of direct exposure to fossil fuels. And then in the portfolio, we also have a bunch of pipelines. We have things like Kinder Morgan, ONEOK, Williams, Energy Transfer, Enterprise Products. And that's a nice way to play energy, but with your head down and kind of hiding out a little bit, because those are the big pipelines that just transport oil, gas. I know this is a wild oversimplification, and some of you will beat me up for it, but they're kind of like toll roads. And if they just, as long as we're using energy and it's flowing through, you get to collect the money from the use of those pipelines without having as much exposure to the price of oil. So that's a nice way to play it if you're nervous about the volatility in the price of oil. All right,
Joe, turning over to you. You're also getting into the energy trade. You bought PXD, shares up 9% this week.
So I really have not invested in energy for 2021. I've stayed away from it. But I will tell you, with all due respect to the president, I thought that the actions from his administration just clearly show that there is not a willingness to resolve the problem as it relates to the supply-demand imbalance that exists. Release from the SPR is going to do nothing for solving that. It really is about incentivizing production and reversing some of the regulatory actions that have been put in place. So with that in mind, the price of oil is going higher, Frank. And if the price of oil is going higher, the name that you want to own is Pioneer Natural Resources. The reason for that is you want to understand what their hedges are to the spot price of oil. Well, they haven't been able so far in 2021 to really benefit significantly because in the first half of the year, they already had pre-existing hedges in place where 80% of their book was locked in. The second half of the year, that declines to about 55%. The real story, though, occurs in 2022. Only 22% of their book is hedged out against the price of oil. So they're going to significantly benefit from a rising oil price environment. They're going to generate a lot of free cash flow. That's going to allow for them to improve the balance sheet and initiate a strong capital allocation strategy.
So, John, really quick, you got calls in Halliburton, Marathon, and Valero, but I want to go over to Weiss. Weiss, you're actually very bullish on energy right now. I'm sorry, bearish. I apologize.
Actually, no, I'm nonplussed on energy. So I sold my Chevron last week. And the reason I did, and the reason why I say energy is uninvestable, look at Chevron over the last 10 years. It's flat. Look at what the S&P has done. So it is a tradable asset class. I do believe that when everybody comes in and jumps over themselves to get the highest price target for crude in the street, they forget it's a commodity. It's not a growth industry. As a matter of fact, it's a shrinking industry. So, Jenny, congratulations on your win. It took a year to get there, but I like that you can also be in the winner's circle with me.
Burn.
Okay, but on the other side of it, I'd say take your victory lap now and put it somewhere where you can make money over the long term, not in bits and pieces here and there.
Weiss, man, it's the holiday season. You got to lighten up a little bit. First khakis, now this one.
Right, somebody's got to bring things back.
In fairness, I did pick on him first.
On Twitter, Jenny, your Twitter followers said that I'm very nice, but Weiss could be a little bit of trouble. It proves out to be true.